Good morning, everybody. We've just woken up in this beautiful spot that we decided to camp at late last night. Woken up by the daybreak at about 20 to 6 in the morning, quickly followed by the sound of cowbells. What a great way to wake up. It's absolutely silent through the night. Quite a heavy dew fall this morning, so I think both of us have had quite a lot of condensation in the tents, and we've just kind of got them wide open to air them out, if you can see in the background. And we're going to have some breakfast and get moving. Day 2, and we are on our way to Chateau today. Should be about 25 kilometers, if I got that right, Neil?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but mostly downhill, so nothing like yesterday's 2 kilometers of ascent. It's about 8 AM and we're on the move. Some good climbing behind us there. I'll show you, there's a bit of cloud cover this morning, which is probably why we had such wet tents. But we did manage to dry them off a bit and shake them, air them when a bit of sun showed up. Well, we just encountered the first people we bumped into on this trail, who's a bunch of probably like summer school children starting their day hike. We are now descending to the refuge Chalet La Combe, which was somewhere we could have stayed last night if we continued, but actually we had a better spot. Now we see it. We found another Swiss bunker. This one is pretty cool. You can just see there it's carved out into the rock. And appropriately a military vehicle next to it. This seems to be some sort of military firing range or training area to our left. And a helipad. So we're just going to descend now towards Les Mosses. In the distance, that is the Pierre du Moëllé, le chien qui dort. Is it qui dort or qui couche?
Qui dort.
Qui dort, yeah, the sleeping dog. And you can kind of see why it's called that. It's like a dog kind of laid out on all fours. And that is where we camped last night, just underneath that rock face. So we've lost quite a lot of height now, and we're just walking through the forest towards Les Mosses. We found somebody's campground here. Not a bad one. So I'll hopefully get a couple of refreshments in Les Mosses, and I think we're going to walk through much of the ski resort, so it will be nice to scope out another one of those on the way. Always trying to store up options for when it gets to ski season.
might not be the right way.
After a brief climb past that house, the route continues down towards Col des Mosses. Well, the route is definitely descending now. Starting to see some signs of civilization. So we're down and we're about to head into the ski resort area of Les Mosses. Here is Les Mosses, which is not the prettiest place, but we'll get a bit of refreshment and then carry on.
Might not be the prettiest place at Col des Mosses, but we've been rewarded with an excellent salad and lasagna menu.
So we just found this disused train carriage. No idea what this is all about. Whoa.
Les TPC vous souhaitent la bienvenue dans le Chablescope mobile géant signé Pascal Bettet. Vous êtes dans l'espace sport et vedette. Alors plein feu sur les talents du Chablais. Depuis les podiums sportifs jusqu'aux productions artistiques, chaque objet présent ici exprime une passion.
It's not something you get on every through hike.
Les pistes de ski ou de circuit. Vous voici dans l'espace agroalimentaire. Le terroir chablaisien est généreux. Fruits et légumes s'épanouissent sur les terres fertiles de la plaine du Rhône ou les pentes ensoleillées des vallées. Fromage et charcuterie. Vous venez d'entrer dans l'espace mobilité. Bienvenue à bord. Ici ça roule, ça flotte, ça vole. Dans le Chablais, les transports s'éclatent et se mettent en place pour faciliter la vie. Des bateaux à vapeur, belle époque de la CGL.
And there's more. Wow.
L'espace tourisme et loisirs vous souhaite la bienvenue. Le Chablais est un monde en soi. La nature lui a offert pour écrin de somptueuses montagnes et un lac au vaste horizon. Le territoire et ses 28 communes.
Well, that was a bit different, wasn't it?
A little bit different. Good. Interesting.
I didn't see that on the Cape Wrath trail. So we took a fairly generous break in Les Mosses because there was a restaurant serving food and we didn't know if there were going to be any others on the way, so we're feeling pretty good and we're on the climb out of Les Mosses now. The next stage looks fairly even all the way to Chateau and we've got about 16 kilometers ahead of us.
before we check into a campsite this evening. Predicting 3 hours 20 to our final destination without stops. So maybe 4 hours for us, we'll see. We're coming down through probably the far end of the ski resort of Les Mosses at the moment. Pretty easy section, hey?
Not bad at all.
La Lécherette. How cool is this? A little self-service shop. Shall we explore? Look at that. Isn't it great?
Really nice.
What are you eating?
Peach Melba flavoured ice cream from the self-serve shop, where you literally serve yourself and pay yourself and there's no one there.
So after a quick pit stop at that shop we couldn't resist, we're now heading out of the hamlet of La Lécherette onto the next place. There are quite a lot of these electrified gates which you have to hold this plastic handle and then put back. No one's found out yet what happens if you touch one, but you can imagine. Don't want to know.
I think a lot that one that's good.
It's almost like they knew that he'd been moaning about his hay fever. So they're lawn mowing on an industrial scale, ready for his hay fever.
This is what I was thinking. I was like, oh. Come on guys, give me a play.
Another super pretty little slice of Switzerland, sort of group of tiny chalets, Mazo maybe, don't know if they call them that in Switzerland. So although this section is definitely easy for being downhill, it's across a lot of rutted farmland due to all of the cows that you can hear in the distance. So it's actually fairly hard going underfoot and heavy on the knees. So we've just come down from the high section, from the top of Lécherette, was it? Yeah. And through a forestry reserve. There's lots of guys clearing the road, and now we're back on the path and we're going to head to Les Moulins, which is almost like a suburb of Chateau, which is tonight's final destination, where we have a campsite which we're looking forward to.
Showers.
Onwards. We've arrived at Les Moulins. A slightly disappointing bit of the route here, where it brings you back to this horrendous road just so you can cross a river. Yeah. Interestingly, there is a sign for London and Rem by Veuve Clicquot. No idea what that's about. Final leg of today, walking between Les Moulins and Chateau, where we'll be camping. So it's essentially a walk along the river as far as I can see, and then we'll get to the town, have a little look around, scope something out for dinner tonight, and then go and find our campsite. Chateau in the distance, and a little railway line crossing. This part of the route essentially follows the road but keeps you off to the side of it, so I always find those types of section a little bit demoralising. Neil's in charge of directions as we arrive in Chateau. So we're just coming off the main route to go to a campsite first of all.